If your toddler went from pure joy to complete meltdown because you gave them the wrong colored cup this morning, this video is for you. I'm Dr. Bradford White. I'm a clinical psychologist, and I need to tell you something that might completely change how you see your child's big emotions. I wrote something in my journal almost a decade ago when my kids were tiny, and it fundamentally shifted how I parent and how I practice. Today, I want to share that insight with you because I think it could change everything for your family too. So here's the scene. Your 3-year-old is having the most amazing morning. They're singing, they're dancing, life is beautiful. And then the wind changes direction outside and suddenly it's the end of the world. We're talking full-blown screaming, tears, pounding on the floor, the whole production. And 5 minutes later, they're giggling at a butterfly. If that sounds familiar, you need to know this is normal. Not only that, the big ups and downs are a sign of healthy development. But for many of us, we've been conditioned to see these big emotions as problems to fix instead of development to celebrate. I want you to think about your child's emotional reactions like a smoke detector. When your child touches something hot, you want them to pull their hand away immediately, right? When they hear something scary, being cautious makes sense. Emotional reactions work exactly the same way. They're information systems helping your child navigate their world. But here's what we do instead. When our kids have big emotional reactions, we don't often say things like, "Don't feel that way," or "You're not upset," or "Stop crying." That's like telling someone the stove isn't hot while their hand is burning. It makes no sense. When we get upset at our children for having emotional responses, we're teaching them to ignore their internal guidance system. We're essentially saying, "Keep your hand on that hot stove," or "Ignore that speeding car moving towards you." So here's the thing that changed everything for me. It's not about the rupture. It's about the repair. That screaming meltdown because you gave them the blue cup instead of the red one, that's not the actual rupture. That's a young human learning distress tolerance. That's them developing skills to navigate life's ups and downs. The real rupture happens when we misattune to our child's emotional experience, when we invalidate what they're feeling. And here's something that might surprise you. When children don't have big emotional reactions to upsetting things, that's actually more concerning. It either means nothing upsets them, which points towards emotional detachment, or they've already learned to shut down their expression. We need our children to react when something feels wrong. Their emotions are their early warning system. Your job isn't to stop emotions. Your job is to help your child become an emotional scientist. You're helping them identify what triggers certain feelings so they can maximize their behavioral options and increase the likelihood of getting the outcomes they want. This means acknowledging what they're feeling, helping them identify what led to those feelings, supporting them in exploring different responses, celebrating their growing emotional awareness. When we dismiss their emotions, we're wrecking their laboratory. We're teaching them to be terrible scientists of their own experience. Here's what I've learned through years of working with patients and being a parent. There is no rupture in human relationships that's final. Every rupture is an invitation to repair. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to misattune sometimes. You're going to have your own big emotions. And that's okay, because every one of these moments is a chance to model repair, to show your children that relationships can be mended. As someone wise once said, we live by mending. So the next time your child has a big emotional reaction, try reframing it. Instead of seeing it as a problem to solve, see it as evidence that their emotional system is working properly, that they trust you enough to show you their real feelings, and that they're developing the capacity to experience the full range of human emotion. Your child's emotional ups and downs aren't a bug in their system. They're a feature, and your job isn't to debug it, but to help them learn to use it wisely. What's one way you're going to support your child's emotional development this week? Let me know in the comments below, and take care.